Hello and welcome to On the Wrist. Today I'm doing a review of this Tissot Chemin Des Tourelles Powermatic 80, an absolutely stunning dress watch with an 80-hour power reserve. That means you can take it off on Friday after work, pick it up Monday morning, and it will still be keeping perfect time. Before we get started, I want to do a quick shout out to my cousin Max for lending me this watch. Thanks, Max. Tissot as a brand has been around since 1854, as you can clearly see there on the dial. I'm not going to go into too much history. They actually have a very good video of their heritage on their website, link in the description. So let's dive into the technical specs and then take a closer look at that beautiful dial. So as I mentioned, this is the Tissot Chemin Des Tourelles Powermatic 80 in this gorgeous deep blue color. The diameter is 42 millimeters. The height is 10.9 millimeters, so very tight, perfect for a dress watch. The lug to lug is approximately 47. It's fairly tight, but I don't have calipers to measure. And the lug width is 21 millimeters. The crystal is a domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. The movement is the Tissot Powermatic 80.111, a Swiss movement with an 80-hour power reserve. The water resistance is 5 bars or 50 meters. And the case is stainless steel. This also comes on a strap with a butterfly clasp. There are a number of different color options available, and you can also get this on a bracelet, which will be shown later. The date is featured there, right above the Swiss made and then the 6 o'clock marker. And there is an exhibition back revealing this gorgeous Tissot rotor, along with the very interesting finishing on the rotor, this wavy pattern that propagates throughout, making it a very attractive movement to look at. Not only does this watch have great technical specs, but it's also visually very engaging. There are multiple different patterns on the dial. I love the outer ring of that rectangular pattern with that textured feel. The minute hand tracker there with the raised annulus around the center of the ring, all encasing this sunburst dial in the center, which clearly and neatly displays the logo and name of the watch, as well as that date window with the angled inward slants. The indices are applied on top of that pattern, as you can see there, and it really just makes this watch something that is a pleasure to look at. A lot of dress watches are very plain, very minimalist, and they're more formal. This is certainly more formal, however, it's also a very attractive piece. It's something that at first glance you can look over and it's not too flashy to draw too much attention, but once you look at it, you realize there's a lot going on. Even on the case here, where the lugs meet the case, a lot of watches have that be a smooth transition. Tissot instead has gone with this flat edge here to really make a distinction as to where the lugs start and stop, adding to the uniqueness of this case, and again, it's just a nice little detail that makes this watch stand out. The curved edge has a mirror polish that adds to the sleekness of this design. Let's get some shots on the wrist. Here we have it on the black leather strap. Again, my wrist is 7 1/4 inches in diameter, so 42 for me is a perfect fit. Also with a tight lug to lug, or approximately 47, it again fits that category where it has a really great wrist presence, but it isn't overbearing. You can see there that gorgeous outer annulus of the rectangular pattern by the indices catches the light ever so nicely and is really a beautiful watch to look at. With the tight fit of 11 millimeters in height, it'll fit under any cuff. Next, we have it up on the stainless steel bracelet that comes with it. I am wearing it a little tighter than I normally would because I am borrowing this watch, but I gotta say, this bracelet is very comfortable even when it's a little over tight. I really enjoy the small links running through to break up the pattern, and it's a butterfly clasp just like the strap. I think the stainless steel aspect makes it a little more sportier, a little more like a stainless steel sports watch, but it's still incredibly dressy and could easily be worn with a suit. Here we have it on a brown leather strap. This light brown and blue is always a classic combination, and it makes this watch a little less dressy, a little more casual, but it also lets you pair it with a different type of outfit. So it's a nice thing to have in your kit as far as options. It's not my favorite color combination, but I do think it's a nice way to dress this watch down a little from the black or the more formal bracelet. MSRP and value of this watch. The MSRP of this watch is $795. However, as Tissot is carried by many jewelers and even department stores, you can almost always find this for approximately 15 to 25% off. I know Macy's frequently has 25% off sales, or if you go secondhand or gray market, you can easily get upwards of 25% or more off. But the value, I think the value is certainly there at the $800 price mark, as well as especially at a cheaper, 15 to 25% off. The Swiss movement from a respectable brand, domed anti-reflective coated sapphire crystal, 80-hour power reserve, which is not something you find in a lot of watches. A gorgeous movement with excellent finishing, and it's from a respectable brand, a brand that people will recognize. They won't recognize it as something that's overtly flashy or a brand that has a negative connotation attached to it, but it's something that people will recognize. One thing I want to knock them for is a 21mm lug width. That's not a very common size, so if you want to add third-party straps, it's going to be kind of a pain to find one that fits. 20 or 22 is much more common, so that's one thing I would ding them for. So my closing thoughts? I'd recommend this watch to anyone as a business professional, someone who's looking for a more interesting dress watch, something that's not crazy expensive, but it's very high quality, it's well made, and it has a lot of things going for it as far as features as well as visuals. So it's a great watch for anyone's collection, but I want to hear about what you think of this watch or Tissot as a brand in general. Do you think this makes a good dress watch? Is it overpriced? Or did they hit the nail on the head as far as price as well as features go? Let me know down in the comments below. This has been On The Wrist. Thank you for watching.